Morning ladies and gentlemen, this is just a real quick video just to say that I have now ordered the bearing shells for the crankcases. I've shown you the bearing shells before, the crank bearing shells that go in the crankcases. I haven't got them to hand, I've put the old ones away somewhere, so I can't show you, but if you want to see what I'm talking about, just look at one of my previous videos. So I've now ordered a full set. I ordered green for the middle and blue and brown for the outsides as appropriate, as discussed in my previous video. I've also ordered the stretch bolts, which are the crankcase bolts that go through here for the main bearings. I've ordered 6 of those. I was expecting that the bearings and bolts would be under £100. They're actually a little bit over £100. It's a bit more expensive than I thought. Reason being is that they're actually priced per shell. So I was thinking that the the price on the website seems to be around about 12 quid for a set of bearings, but it's actually £12 per shell. So if you take or thereabouts. So if you've got 2 shells, one for the bottom and one for the top, that then becomes like 24 quid. So times 3, you're then looking at like £75 or thereabouts for the bearings, and then the bolts are like a £5 a pop. So times times 6 bolts, so 5 times 6, 30. So that puts it over 100, and then you add delivery and VAT and what have you, so it's like 113 quid or something in total in the end. So it's a chunk of money, but to be honest, that's probably like one of the biggest expenses in rebuilding the engine. So to be honest, it's not been horrifically expensive to rebuild it. There will of course still be some other bits and pieces that I'll need other kind of bolts and seals and what have you as I put it back together, but that sort of 113, that kind of gets me going on the first bit, which is rebuilding the bottom end. So they've been ordered and paid for on the website just now. I'm not sure, I've not dealt with this company before. I think they're called Double Motorcycles or something. They're somewhere down in England. I don't know what their delivery time is like, so I'm not quite sure how quickly I'll get the parts, but I'm hoping I should get them within a few days, and maybe this weekend it's possible I might actually get the bottom end built. I know I've kind of kept saying that, said that again and again over the last sort of month or 6 weeks or what have you, but it does seem to be getting nearer anyway. So, and once the bottom end's built, that's kind of half the battle, isn't it? So that's pretty much it. Apart from that, there's not really anything else that I've been able to do on it, because I'm pretty much there with painting parts and what have you. I don't think I've shown you that before. That's the sump, and the sump, as you can see, I've painted black, which I think is quite smart. So just let you have a look at that while we're at it. So I think that's going to contrast nicely. See, that'll go on there. So you have like a black sump and a silver. Not sure if I've got that the right way around actually, but anyway, it gives you an idea of what it'll look like. Black sump and silver engine cases, which I think will be quite a nice kind of sharp contrast, And then also you've got all the the gold starter motor and the gold. Not actually really seen these next to each other. Let's just offer these up and see how it looks. This is quite hard to get hold of because it's the alternator, so it's quite heavy. So that'll kind of go on like that. So you have like gold cases and silver cases and gold engine cases. So I don't know, I think it'll look pretty smart myself. I think it'll have a kind of contrast, some different colours, make it look pretty, kind of make it pop, So quite looking forward to it. So we'll get there eventually. It's taking a bit longer maybe than it should, but we'll get there. Right, anyway, that's enough. Thanks very much for watching.